Hello everyone, my name is Wesley Proctor and I am the Well-Oiled Man, and welcome to my brand new segment called Cooking with the Well-Oiled Man. So let's get started. Hey everyone, Wesley Proctor here, the Well-Oiled Man, and welcome to Cooking with the Well-Oiled Man, Christmas edition. So today I'm actually going to be making one of the best parts about Christmas. I mean, there's a lot of amazing things about Christmas, but one of the best parts is the Christmas cookies. And with Christmas coming up, I mean, it is right here. We are so close to Christmas. I wanted to make you some Christmas cookies so that you have them and you can put them out for Santa. And these cookies here are the kind that you might get a few extra gifts for from Santa, because these are the best cookies. Now everyone knows with cookies, cookies, no one can say no to cookies. They're so good, especially a good chocolate chip cookie. Oh, amazing. It's hard to say no. The problem is, they're not always the most healthy for you. There's a lot of white flour in there, there's a lot of white sugar, there's a lot of things in there that just isn't very good for you. So what I did was I actually came up with a recipe of my own that is actually absolutely delicious. Like these are amazing cookies. I would actually rank them, like chocolate chip cookies, by far number one. That is ranked number one. These cookies I would put at a very, very close second, because these are absolutely amazing. So I want to do that. I threw some more healthier ingredients in here so you don't have to feel as bad when you start snarfing down those Christmas cookies. So let's get started here. So what we're going to do first is we actually got a cup of butter. 1 cup of butter. Now, butter, you can actually use, what's actually really good is lard. If you can get a good, good lard, even if you make it yourself, it is really good to use. It's an absolutely great ingredient. So what I would do then is I would actually use half lard and half butter, and it makes it taste really good, but I don't have any lard here with me today, so I'm using all butter. And butter is something you want to use. You don't want to use margarine. Margarine is, again, if you use a good organic, grass-fed dairy cows, pasture cows, you use the really good butter. This is actually not bad for you. So we're going to start out with the butter. Next, we are going to add, because most of the time, most cookie recipes want white sugar. Instead of white sugar, what I have actually did is I actually use honey. I'll use 3/4 cup of honey. Now this honey here is actually, it's raw. I know it's raw because it comes from my bees. We actually have some honey bees, so I know that this is good honey. With raw honey, what happens with raw honey is it will actually crystallize. And it tastes really good. But it will actually crystallize and it gets a little bit harder, so it actually works really good when you're mixing it in with your cookies. But any kind of organic, local honey works really good. And I use that to kind of replace most of the white sugar that you're going to put in. I do, since there's about 3/4 cup of honey, raw honey, then I use a 1/4 cup of cane sugar. Just a 1/4 cup of organic cane sugar. And that is what I would do in place of the white sugar. So you don't have to worry about the white sugar as much. From there, we're going to add 1 cup of brown sugar. Alright? So the brown sugar, now that one you want to find, if you can, find the best brown sugar you can. If you can find a good organic brown sugar, that's really good. So that is what we're going to start with. So mix that up together, get that really good. I kind of want to get it to where it's all creamed together. So once that is all mixed together and nice and even, the right way you want it, what we're going to do is we are actually going to add 2 farm fresh eggs. You want to get some good eggs. If you can find some good organic eggs, you want if you don't have chickens yourself, these actually came from our own chickens that we raise over at my mother's house. So we make sure that they are fed organic food and everything. So, and you can really tell a good egg because the yolk is like really dark orange. The eggs that you get that aren't organic, they'll be more of like a bright yellow, like the sun, kind of like if you look at a box of crayons and look at the sun crayon, that's kind of what they look like a really bright yellow. But an organic farm fresh egg is a dark orange, and that is actually really good for you. So add the 2 eggs in there, mix that together. From there, so once that's all mixed together, we are going to add 1 cup of peanut butter. Now again, best peanut butter you can find. They got the natural versions out there, which is better than just any old peanut butter. But find a good, healthy, organic peanut butter, natural, if you can. Add 1 cup of that. We're going to mix that together. While that's mixing, we're going to throw in 1 teaspoon of Himalayan pink salt, 1.5 teaspoons of baking soda, and 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Now, if you can get a hold of pure vanilla, it's expensive, but man, it tastes so much better, and it's not that synthetic stuff. So 1 teaspoon of vanilla. Mix all that together, make sure that's all mixed really well. Make sure that's all mixed up together. All right, next, this is the crowning piece of the cookies. This is Young Living's einkorn flour. It comes from the einkorn wheat, and it is actually really amazing. It tastes amazing. Like this is, I now use this einkorn wheat for just about everything because it really does. It works amazing, and it tastes amazing. So what we're going to do is we're going to add 3 cups of the flour. The einkorn flour. So 3 cups of einkorn flour. Mix that up. Get that good mixed up, and then what we're going to do next is we're actually going to put this cookie dough in the fridge. So we're actually going to put it in the fridge to kind of cool down. So because what we're going to do next is we're going to roll it into just some small little balls so that we can cook them that way. So you just want to get that, or kind of cool it down with the honey in there and everything. It kind of gets a little bit harder when it's cold, so it's easier to roll. So we're going to do that. As soon as that is cooled off, we'll come back and I'll show you the next step. Alright, so we've kind of cooled off our cookie dough. It's gotten a lot harder, so it's actually easier to work with, because what we're going to be doing next is we're actually just going to take a little bit out. We're going to roll it into a ball, just a little ball. And what you can do, this is optional, you can do this if you'd like, just adds a little bit to it. But you can take a plate of just organic cane sugar, kind of roll it around so that you get it all covered. And that's basically what we're going to be doing. We're going to just get a bunch of these set up here before we throw it in the oven. And what you're going to want to do is put the oven to 350 throw them in for, you know, 6 or 7 minutes works. Myself, I like to put them in for 6 minutes because it leaves it kind of more of a soft, leaves the cookies more of just warm cookie dough. And that's the way I like it. So you can do that. All right, now that we got the cookies all done, we're gonna top them off with one last secret ingredient. These are peanut butter cups. You can actually get these. I mean, they're not the most healthy for you, but these are Christmas cookies, so you can get away with that for a little bit. You can actually find some organic ones if you really search around. But what you're gonna do is just put a peanut butter cup in the center of each one of these cookies. Kind of push it down. And you want to make sure that you do this while the cookies are hot. Once they cool down, it won't stay in the cookie when you store them or move them around, put them in the fridge or whatever. So make sure you get one in the center of each one of the cookies. There we go. We got my peanut butter cup Christmas cookies. So, I hope you guys liked it out. You'll have to try out the recipe if you really like Christmas cookies. These things are amazing. So, till next time, and I see you in the next cooking show, you keep living the well-oiled life.